over
Oh
there.
no, they
Throughout the
canceled. They
years.
canceled my favorite Fox show of all time, Terminator: Sarah Connor Chronicles.
I enjoyed that show.
It was so good.
It was
That
cool.
was your favorite Fox TV show of all time?
It still is.
Lena Headey was Sarah Connor.
Yeah, Lena Headey from Game of Thrones was Sarah Connor.
She was cool.
It's
it was cool.
really good, surprisingly. And
I
it's-
just, of all
They,
time, is
I mean,
is
Fox canceled Family Guy.
no, I'm not.
Fox
I'm,
canceled Arrested
okay.
Development. Fox canceled
Yeah.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah.
Context is proper, and we need to understand that when I say that, I'm talking about just dramatic shows.
You need to say that. That's
Yeah,
a
I
very
know,
specific
because I'm not
understanding.
talking about all the comedy shows that I don't watch that I heard really good.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Emergent Gamer Podcast. This is your host, Trib Zero. I'm here with...
Neo Yoshi.
And Felix
It's
Hergood.
episode 174. How are you guys tonight?
Pretty fancy.
You're fancy.
Feeling pretty fancy.
Not fantastic, but fancy.
Sure.
That's good. Okay.
Yeah.
And how
I
are you,
had
Felix?
a super fucking awesome productive day.
That's awesome, dude. That's great.
Yeah.
Those feel great.
Yeah, it was really good, man. I got a lot of stuff done for my stream. Stuff that people wouldn't see in the stream. It's not like I sat down and did like
Quality of life.
commands for my mods, which I could have done.
No, you did stuff on the back end.
But I did order a lot of shit that's coming, and like I got a gaming chair, which we're going to talk about later.
We'll chat about that because I recently
And-
picked one of those up myself.
Right, and
Stay tuned for Chair Talk
Chair Talk.
2018.
the best part, and we're not going to really have headphone
Neo doesn't
talk.
like the chair talk.
We're going to have chair talk, but we're not going to have headphone talk. But I did get, for the first time ever, my pair of Astros.
Wow, look at you, man. Coming up in the world.
And later on in a few days, I'm getting the actual Astro mod kit that can change the cups to leather versus cloth, because the cloth kind of weirds me the fuck out. And I did it
Fine.
again.
I'm just going to mute your phone. That's fine. I got
Yeah,
it.
do that.
Handled.
Do that.
Handled. Muting Felix's phone. 174 episodes in.
Yeah, I want to get the leather cups as opposed to the cloth. So fucking ordered them.
Sure. Why not?
I like leather. Leather's
maybe.
nice. I got leather right here. These are leather.
That's dope.
So
So as always, we're going to chat a little bit about what we've been up to, what we've been doing since last week. Then we'll hit some news points for you guys. Neo Yoshi,
So,
how was your week since Sunday?
pretty great.
Okay.
As you know, I've been playing a lot of Destiny.
Yeah,
We're going to talk about that in a minute. But I got the opportunity to play some Oculus Rift yesterday.
Okay.
Destiny Oculus Rift?
No. Those were separate.
That would be fucking
Independent
so
of
sick.
Destiny.
Correct. I said, as you know, I've been playing Destiny 2 because Trip asked, because I've been playing with him. But on top of that, I've been also playing with an Oculus
Well,
Rift.
they have. We confirmed that they have a space shooter, Farpoint,
Yes,
on the
Farpoint is
PlayStation.
PS4.
that is a PlayStation
Yeah,
VR
PlayStation
thing.
VR. But so I wouldn't be surprised if somebody said Destiny was VR.
I got to play a game called Beat Saber.
Beat your saber.
Beat your saber, exactly. So think about this. Are you familiar with
You like that?
Dance Dance Revolution?
Yeah, but it's just like
Are you familiar with Guitar Hero?
I'm sure he's going to get
Yeah.
to how
I'm
he
gonna
plays
get to
the
it.
game. Let him.
I know what it is.
All right, so you're familiar with Guitar Hero.
I just saw you and I just saw all that shit in that
museum.
museum exhibit.
Yeah, the Frank
the
Constitution.
Masters collection or whatever.
Are you familiar with lightsabers? Of the Star Wars variety.
Yeah.
So Beat Saber combines those two things. So you are playing a music rhythm game while holding two lightsabers. Yeah, and you can see him getting his freak on.
Like that, right?
You got some hip motion going on.
Yeah,
there, too.
you got some salsa dancing in you.
shoulders
So-
and hips. Yeah.
So this game's really cool. What ends up happening is a bunch of blocks fly at you, different blue and red, and you're holding a blue and red lightsaber. There are arrows in these blocks telling which way you want to swipe these things.
Through the shape,
You want to cut these blocks in half.
and the arrow tells you which way to cut them.
Correct. And it's pretty great. And
a little bit like Fruit Ninja.
yes,
It
with a
sounds like
sword,
a lot of
Yeah.
with
like
a
Fruit Ninja.
saber, with a lightsaber.
The Fruit Ninja never told you which way to cut the fruit. You just had to cut the fruit.
No, yeah. So, but there are blocks that are labeled like with just a dot in the middle, and you can hit those any way you want.
Could you like stab him?
Don't know. Didn't try. I was busy raving. It
Sure.
looked like I was in a rave. You know what I mean? Or at least it felt that way because you're standing in a void. You're just standing in this like space void while the music is like happening around you.
Yeah.
It's very cool. I played some of the built-in songs, and I played there. You can load in custom songs that people make.
Okay.
So people, because licensed music, hard to get on games like this. And this is a really small-time game, but it's apparently one of the most popular VR games right now.
Sounds fun.
So I was waiting in line to try it out at the Microsoft store, which is where I did this, and it's funny because the guy in front of me did the tutorial and everything, and he's like, "Okay, all right, I'll play a song now." And then he played a song, and he was good. He was fine.
Right.
But I got up there, and the guy who was like running the demo was all like, "Do you want to do the tutorial or anything?" I was like, "Nah, I'm good.
Fuck a tutorial.
I'm gonna figure it out." So apparently, so I was with my girlfriend doing this, and I was doing some like rave song, some weird, like cool techno song, whatever. Doesn't matter.
So waiting for how
some
you were going to
word
describe a rave like song.
techno, whatever.
Okay.
So and
Clearly your favorite genre of music.
it's all right. It's all right.
You
I
know
like
how
it.
to, really know how to talk about it eloquently.
Are we talking EDM? Or are we talking
Yeah, like EDM, like some kind of EDM music.
Okay,
To this
like
Beat
rave
Saber.
punk, techno pop.
Grunge pop, grunge techno, grunge.
Yeah,
It's just
we're talking about grime pop, grime rave. Like what are we talking
What are we
about?
talking
You gotta get real specific, dude. We're not gonna know what you're talking about.
It
if you
literally
don't.
doesn't matter.
No, I'm making fun of
I know.
the genre
The
of
genre naming.
of techno has like subdivided into like
Dude,
300
any
different
music genre
genres.
has super fucking
Subgenres.
specific
Like
subgenres.
back in the day, it was like
Rock,
You
rap,
said
hip-hop.
it was rock, rap, and then you listen to techno, which means you go and hear electronic music at a club.
You hear
Right?
you hear
and,
robots,
and
like,
all of it was just
screwing
like
on stage.
one big
That's
category.
what it sounds like.
And now it's like, dude, when you go into like Apple Music or Spotify and like look at all the different, there's so many subdivisions of the that genre. I mean, it's crazy. Yeah, there's so many different types.
Any of them, really.
All right, so I was doing this song, and it's cool because you're in a 3D space, and as the notes fly at you that you have to swipe, sometimes these walls get in the way, so you have to like sidestep, or duck.
Oh, the walls will hit you.
Yeah. So you
gotta
have to
move.
to step out of the way
Okay.
and then continue with the swiping. So apparently, according to my girlfriend who was with me watching me doing this, a bunch of people crowded around because it's in the window of the store.
Yeah.
So a bunch of people crowded around and stopped and watched me as I was like going.
Were you wearing your Emergent Gamer podcast shirt?
I don't have one.
God damn it, Neo.
We're gonna get you one.
All right, yeah, I'll wear it.
Yeah,
I'll wear it out.
I only
You're
printed.
done with the storefront show
only
now,
printed
though.
2.
Yeah.
I found mine the other
Shame.
day. I still got it.
You got it.
I
But
got
here's
Good.
but here's the thing. I used to draw crowds like this back in my DDR days
Mm.
because I used to like.
I used to draw crowds like this.
It's just so you know, I used to be pro DDR, Dance Revolution player.
That's not a real thing.
You were not.
I was
pro.
pretty great. I was pretty great.
No,
Pro and
I was pro.
pretty
what,
great are
what he's
two
doing,
very different things.
what he's doing is he's taking the luster away from the fact that we always say Locke is a pro gamer.
Yeah.
Because
he
Locke,
absolutely just wants to be in that.
Locke
in that
legitimately
category.
was a pro Halo
No,
player, and this guy
I
is
never
trying to
made
say
money.
he's a
I never
pro
made
DDR
money playing
player.
Dance
Get
Dance
the fuck
Revolution.
out.
But I was like really good.
Professionally,
know-
living room player.
My console told me I was professional. So
It's professional
I
is
was-
the level that I
yeah.
attained within this game.
I was a
That's what it told me.
proactive
Pro-
DDR,
DDR
player. Proactive.
But here's the thing. No, I was good, legit good though. Is
I
what I'm
believe
saying.
it.
I was one of those kids on the boardwalk. You walked by and you saw the Dance Revolution machine, and I was the guy
you were doing
just
it
like
on the
fucking
like,
jumping
Holding
over the
on to the back of the bars and shit,
or jumping
going nuts.
over them and like doing all kinds of like
Putting a lot
crazy
of
moves.
effort out with a yarmulke on.
Why would I be wearing a yarmulke?
Like a kid at his bar mitzvah.
Oh.
Rocking and rolling like it's
Oh,
his
yeah,
show.
yeah.
Like
on,
it's his thing.
on the beach.
Not necessarily on a beach. I'm saying in the context of like DDR set up at a bar mitzvah. How the effort of the kid who is the center of the attention for the day.
Okay.
Never
Putting him
mind.
on the chair and
This
hoisting
was
him up.
abstract.
so.
I had
random
this
to be like,
image of
Like
yeah,
we're in a
like,
yarmulke?
like in your yarmulke.
I had this image of this
What?
kid
How did you get
at
to
his
that?
bar mitzvah doing DDR in a yarmulke. That's what I heard.
Doing kids don't do DDR.
Anyway, so Beat Saber was
Snorting it.
pretty
Say-
cool.
say
Snorting
no
some
to
DDR.
All right, so my point is Beat Saber was pretty cool, and I fucking killed it.
That's dope, dude.
Because I was proud of myself. I was like, nah, I don't need the tutorial. I'm just gonna fucking
And you fucking ripped it. Fucking ripped it.
just ripped it.
I'm proud of you.
Thanks. So yeah, it was pretty cool. That was like one of my first-ish VR experiences.
Nice.
because like I really
I
haven't
have
touched
to
one.
bring the Vive over.
I gotta have
we
another
need to
one.
have,
Could we do
we need to have
a
like
VR
an
night?
Emergent Gamer VR.
Where
VR
you
stream?
just film me doing it.
I'll be in it too. We'll set up like a little situation.
We'll do the
there.
double. Yeah,
We'll do a thing. We'll do a
Yeah,
thing.
that'll be fun.
Do you remember the Vive's original commercial? They had people sit in like a studio and have one of like a family member play in VR. But then somebody had this camera rig that would see through the camera what the girl or boy was seeing inside of this area. Like you saw the girl playing with like this little robot dog. It's one of the built-in Vive experiences. But like the guy with the camera on his shoulder would walk around and the people on the couch could see what she is seeing.
Wow.
Because of the guy's camera. I don't know how that would work setup wise, but I'm sure I could figure it out. It'd be cool to do.
On Vive setups, the screen is displaying what the person's seeing.
Right. So there's a feed that exists, and I could just figure out a way to get that onto a stream or into something else.
Yeah, just capture that.
We'll talk about this. We'll figure this out. This could happen. This could very easily happen.
Cool.
Felix, how was your week?
So I'm only going to talk about two things, and originally I was going to talk about one, but I changed it in my head because he was talking about basically something that you could play with somebody else,
Sure,
like a couch co-op game.
sure.
So what I played was, so I had Grim Reaper over. Now you know Grim Reaper. You work with him. Ask me after the stream who he is.
Yep, I know.
But
Grim-
you know Grim Reaper?
Yep.
You what his nickname is?
I think I know
Okay.
Grim Reaper.
All right. So Grim Reaper came over. We actually were deciding in the stream what his official name is. Because he couldn't figure, he didn't want to go as Grim Reaper's his gamer tag, but he wouldn't go as that. So his name is Bruce Grimm.
Okay.
He wanted the first name Bruce and the last name Grimm, and then they were calling him Grim Bruce and Bruce Grimm. So he hasn't. I don't know if he decided on Bruce Grimm or
If
Grim
he
Bruce.
said he didn't want to be Grim Reaper on like
He
live,
said- he
why
said-
did you call him Grim Reaper right now?
No, well, because he introduced himself to me as Grim Reaper. That's my gamer tag.
Sure.
So I'm still calling him that from the first day that he told me this.
might
But
be
then
mad
in the
because this is
stream,
what I'm saying.
everyone was helping him try and figure out whether he wants to go by Bruce Grimm or Grim Bruce. So we'll find out. But the game we played was called Death Squared, keeping in the theme of death, I guess. Now, Death Squared is very much like Portal.
Wait, what was the first theme of death?
Grim
The
Reaper.
name Grim Reaper.
Oh, I see.
I figured it out.
I see.
It took me a second, but
Gotcha.
I figured it out. Yeah.
But so Death Squared is there's literally a red square and a blue square. I don't even know if it has more than 2 players, but it's on Xbox free right now. So he and I are each a square.
Okay.
And so you'll have to come over and play this, but it's kind of like Portal. Like if he moves on one side of the board, it affects something on the other side of the board.
Okay.
If he moves on to like the circle that accomplishes his, so you have to move the square to like this little circle palette thing. So if he moves on to the circle before I get there, spikes could come out on my side and kill me.
That sounds bad.
If in some cases, like a rock, if he moves in a certain direction, a stone will move in my direction and knock me off of a ledge. Like, so you got to kind of like figure out who goes first.
This is cooperative, right?
cooperative puzzle
You guys
game.
don't want to be killing each other.
No, we're not killing each other. We're trying to get to. I'm trying to get to a red circle. You know, if I'm red, and he's trying to get to a blue circle if he's blue.
Got it.
And we're just on 2 sides of the. Sometimes we start on the same side, and we have to figure out how to navigate through almost like an obstacle maze of complicated moves that have to happen. Like there's these transparent ones that I can walk on. If I'm blue and the transparent floorboard is red, I can walk over it because I'm not red. But if he goes over it, he falls right through it into endless infinity. So like there's all these different little mechanics that you have to kind of figure out and work together to like figure it out. And him and I played that for the last like 30 minutes of my stream. We also played Injustice 2, but after Injustice 2, we just rocked that for a little bit, and
Nice.
it was a lot of fun, man. Like it's a really good couch co-op game. So now I have the Switch to do couch co-op, and then now I have a game on my Xbox to do couch co-op.
You got a
Death
full
Squared is
arsenal.
on Switch.
Oh, Death Squirrel is probably on Switch too. Yeah, I just
I have
didn't
the
get it
demo
on
on my Switch right now.
Yeah, I got the free one on. Did you play it?
I just played the demo.
Okay,
It's cool. It's a cool puzzle game.
Yeah, isn't
Co-op
it
puzzle.
pretty awesome. And the other thing, keeping in the theme of Destiny, is I had a chance to rock the Lost on Mars DLC for Far Cry 5.
Yeah,
Yeah,
were
I saw
saying
you
how
play that.
It reminded you of Destiny a little bit. When you were
Well, I
playing
was going to say like, and
It
I
had
agree.
a cool skybox.
I agree.
It's definitely the skybox in that game.
What skybox?
In that game you were playing in Fallout, Far Cry, Mars, whatever.
What do you mean skybox?
The skybox, the view that you see.
Literally the
never heard that
that are in the sky.
Yeah,
like
and how far
the firmament,
clouds,
it
lighting.
looks it looks like in like Destiny does this, where you can just see for miles, and it looks gorgeous because you can see all their art.
Remember Venus in Destiny back in the day? You would see mountains in the distance, and they'd be spewing this like blue molten magma, whatever was going on the planet. That's the skybox.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's super neat. It's not big. It's no bigger than the Vietnam DLC, except the Vietnam DLC was essentially horizontal or shaped like a kidney. So if you went from the left side to the right side of the board and finished it in, I think I finished one of the trophies I had to get for it, the Vietnam one. I had to like just go through the board and not mess with anything, not fight anything or do anything, just get to the end. And I think it took me like 45 minutes to go through the whole board. So this one is a giant circle, essentially, like the area on Mars is just like a kind of spherical area. Sure. It's not specifically shaped like a sphere, but like just rounder. And there's
a loop essentially.
Yeah, there's this is an unlocking towers type thing. And this is different than the Far Cry 5 game, because the Far Cry 5 game made fun of the fact that there were towers in previous Far Cries that you always had to unlock. So I think
when you say tower, just for people out there that might be confused, it's like the Assassin's Creed.
Yeah,
like literally climb a tower. You unlock more view of the map, then you can do more things, get more missions, whatever else.
Yeah, Watch Dogs, you gotta unlock the phone poles. Yeah.
So
it's the Ubisoft thing.
It's the Ubisoft, the Ubification, as Jim Sterling would say. But it's they eschewed that completely in Far Cry 5. You don't have towers that you have to climb or anything.
Okay.
Just go around the map, right?
So this was like a
it was like a return to that.
Yeah.
But it's as Neo pointed out, which is a fair criticism, and it's also a fair compliment, depending on your perspective. It's derivative. It's derivative of lots of movie media. It's also derivative of itself. Like there's references to other Far Cry stuff, but there's also notable references to Alien, and then the funnest one for me was what did I say? The funnest one for me was it happened like live on the stream. They referenced something. Oh,
I had you on while I was working.
There's creatures that come out of the sand.
Oh yeah.
So I'm live,
like Tremors you were talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Tremors. Yeah. So I'm live, and I go, you know what this reminds me of? The creatures coming out of the sand. It reminds me of Tremors, and then the dialogue guy in the game goes, yo, it's like Tremors, man. You never heard of Tremors? You ever watched Tremors? So, like, he said that to me right after I said it, and it was so funny.
The companion in this story was all like, he's like a freaking little claptrap. He's like Claptrap.
Well,
with the weird-ass dialogue. He's being all funny and stuff.
If you played any of the Far Cry games, I'm saying going back all the way to 3 and 2, his name's Herc. And Herc runs...
That's a character?
Herc is a constant character that it pops up in every game.
What?
Every game, Herc. Yeah.
Is he a little robot?
Is he a robot?
No, Herc is a hillbilly. Like he was
definitely a hillbilly.
He's a Danny McBride clone.
Did you see a robot? Because you talked about Claptrap specifically.
Well, he's like doing the same thing Claptrap does.
In this one, he's
really
called
weird,
RoboCop.
While you're playing. Yeah.
They make like a...
So he's a robot.
In the very early part of the story, they make him a robot that he can be in, because the whole point of the story is he gets abducted by aliens, and they break his body into pieces and put his head on like this like floating hover thing. So when you meet him in the beginning, it's just his head
and
floating.
He's like the guide for what you do, right?
Yeah,
he's
just like narrating as he's playing.
Yeah,
it's
very
like
much like it's very much like Claptrap.
He's like
he's like whatever the thing.
But he's like
in
making
Warframe.
he's making like jokes the whole time. He's making like funny ass weird Gearbox dialogue. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey man, I don't feel really good about this. These things are giant. They're gonna try to eat me. You know, like shit like that.
Right.
You know.
That's what all of them do. Just in different layers of seriousness.
So guide you through the tutorial and all that shit.
Yeah.
But in terms of the shooting, the laser guns that you get to use are pretty cool. The thing that I love the most about it, that I think you'll really appreciate, is the spacewalking mechanic. Your ability to like essentially hit the B button to hover, and you just hover wherever you want to go. And I love using the laser guns to like shoot stuff while I was hovering.
Right.
Like it was the coolest mechanic.
You like lock yourself in.
Very
place
much reminded
while floating.
Yeah, right. And it very much reminded me of a more intense version of the Warlock's glide in Destiny.
Yeah, for sure.
But you stay up way longer than the Warlock does. Like you literally can just, the gas. You got to wait for the gas meter to run out, and when it runs out, you go down.
Right.
and you have 0 fall damage, so it's awesome. Like you just constantly glide around. But it is,
like a warlock.
It's a Ubisoft game, so you got to unlock the towers. You got to kill, to get one trophy, I got to kill like 12 queens, which are giant aliens.
Right.
And that's very much
Alien.
Yeah, right.
Like Alien.
It's derivative of the Alien movie. Aliens, actually, the one where you got to kill all the spawns.
Yeah.
Kill little pods and stuff. So I'm sure there's going to be more references to other things. I mean, this happens every Far Cry game. I mean, Blood Dragon, the entire thing was derivative
80s satire.
of 80s action movie. Like
Loved it.
Science fiction 80s action movie. Same idea.
Right. Well, nice.
But I really enjoyed it so far, and probably tomorrow I'm going to continue playing more of it, and we'll see what happens.
Excellent.
So, please look forward to it.
Excellent.
Yeah.
As for myself, I haven't been doing too many things that are different. Obviously, Destiny.
Yep.
Right. I was actually. I'll throw one thing out there, because I know I mentioned that I was really into getting rank 50 in each of the factions on PS4, one per week.
Yeah.
I woke up
Is
this
50
morning.
the highest?
50 is the highest. Yeah. It's 20 tokens to rank up, so you need about 1,000 tokens to get level 50.
Oh wow.
I wanted to do this because each faction has a specific exotic catalyst for a gun, which gives it more abilities.
Yeah.
And an ornament for a piece of armor.
Right.
But they're exclusive, and you can only pledge to one per faction rally across your entire account. So all 3 of your characters are this one faction.
Yeah, they changed that after I played Destiny.
Yeah, this
Came in a patch
This
or
season they changed it. So I was like, well, if I want to do this for season 3, I literally have to get rank 50 for each of the 3 factions, one per week during the 3 faction rallies that will probably happen during season 3. And they confirmed there are only 3.
You can change it halfway through your
No,
season.
you can't.
No, you're
Oh,
locked
you
in.
can't.
You can between faction rallies. The next faction rally you pledge to a new one.
How
you're
many
locked in
how
for the
many faction rallies take
3.
place in a season? 3? Oh yeah, so you can just pick each one each
Right.
time. Yeah.
But it's a long grind. I just barely got
sounds
Dead
like it.
Orbit done when that was the first week. Then week 2 rolled around, and I got
How
to
many
rank-
hours did you have to pop in to do that?
Well, it's variable because there's a little bit of RNG. There's also an armor set you could wear that gives you more tokens, essentially, through a mechanic inside of the game.
Yeah.
It's at least conservatively 8 hours, though, of just continuous grinding for that.
Yeah, day 1 I finished.
If you play real specific loops that are optimized for grinding.
Yeah. Yeah, day 1 I finished up getting all my armor ornaments.
So there's like
for-
areas of the map or quests that you go through to like kind of grind it.
Yeah, there's real effective like farming strategies for this, right? Like just an easy loop.
Just watch a
easy
YouTube
bosses,
video
yeah,
and they'll
kind-
tell you
stuff
how to
like
do
that.
it.
So I did Dead Orbit. Dead Orbit was rank 50. I played Future War Cult, and
It's
during
everybody's
the
favorite.
last one, I just didn't have time to do it, and like it was like the night before. Literally, it was a Monday night, and I was like playing. It's like 3 a.m. I got to rank 35, and I'm like, you know what? Don't care.
This is an introspective question about Destiny. Can I ask you a question?
Should I wrap this up, or is this
No.
somewhere
It's. I was just going to ask. Do you think people are more attracted to Dead Orbit because it has "dead" in the title of it, or because it's a black and white color scheme?
I think it's the color scheme.
The color scheme. That's all. That's all I was going to ask.
And so this is the 3rd one, and I went New Monarchy, which interestingly, New Monarchy has, I think, for season 3 at least, the dopest color scheme.
It's the golden, the
It's
red.
very like Iron Man looking, like golden
Yeah.
red.
Oh,
and
golden
stuff like that.
red, yeah.
It's cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah, the first day this week I finished up I mistakenly went with free Future War Cult.
Yeah.
I keep messing up that up. But I finished up my Hunters, but then I wanted to switch to Dead Orbit so I could get that color scheme. And I was
can't do
locked
it.
in with my
Yeah.
Titan, so it's across account.
Yep.
Yeah, so now they're both free, doing the same thing.
Yeah, so I went to New Monarchy, and I was like, you know what? At least this one I'll get to rank 50, get all the shit. But then again, I get up this morning, and I'm like,
If your faction rally,
Hold on.
I just had one question.
Okay.
Sorry. If your faction rally is
sorry, don't lie to me.
if your faction rally is across all accounts,
Yeah.
like can all 3? If you have 3 characters, they can all earn toward it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's sorry.
and-
but they can't each choose a different one.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
the same rank,
Yeah.
which is nice because you can like do dailies with each and
Sorry to
get
interrupt.
bonuses for each. But the point of all this is that I woke up this morning and said, I don't fucking care.
I don't want to do it on PS4.
I'm not going to put any more time into this.
Got it.
Just it's not going to happen.
I'm proud of you.
It's a hell of a grind.
Here's the thing.
You've
I'm
come around on the
worried-
PC version. You're like, yes.
Well, that's a big reason for sure.
Yeah.
But also, like, if this is the only place you can get these exotic catalysts and they won't bring them forward, it's a terrible decision, and they're going to get bullied into putting them in next content anyway. Like the fact that they put these behind like a locked event was initially scary.
When do you get the catalyst?
At rank 50.
Oh shit! I don't want to fucking do that.
Yeah.
No, I definitely don't want to do that at all.
Right.
Did you already do? Did you do it with any? Did you get to 50 with any of them?
First week I did 50 with Dead Orbit.
God damn.
Yeah. I got the Graviton Lance Catalyst, and honestly, the ornament for the Warlock helmet is sick, dude.
Yeah.
It's the Warlock helmet with like the brain-looking thing with the leads on the head and everything, but they make it look like a Taken head. It's like a big shimmery, like black hole with like a little like vortex in the middle.
I fucking love that effect.
It's sick, dude.
It's a great effect.
So yeah, I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna pour my life into this, and I had a great fucking day not caring about it.
Yeah, you got to play with me instead.
I did. I did some PC grinding. Still had a great time.
Yeah, we got that sweet. What was that gun we got today? The Sleeper Stimulant.
Sleeper Simulant.
I know that gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a Taken King.
A lot of
original.
guns I don't know because I've been away too long, but like I definitely had the Sleeper Simulant. It was a good gun.
Yeah. And then
Do you want to talk about what we tried to do last night with Locke?
speaking of guns that you recognize, we're
This
going to
is
roll into one of the news points here. Do you remember a gun called the Black Hammer?
I thought it was the Black Spindle.
Black Spindle was the exotic version of the Black Hammer.
I don't remember the Black Hammer, but I know the Black Spindle.
Black Hammer was a Crota drop. It's all good.
I know the Black Spindle quest, which is a nightmare that I never completed.
Yeah.
Fuck that quest.
So remember how that was like a secret quest that only popped up when one story mission was the weekly story in Destiny 1, and people found this timed event
Like
through
a
special
door that shows up and shit.
And if you
It's normally not
kill
there.
all the enemies, by the time the timer ran down, you got an exotic gun, and it was the same gun from year 1 of Destiny.
Yeah, and you got to that like last part, and there was like it was just like you were getting hit by like boss level, like raid level type.
This was us
bullshit.
last night.
Guess what, dude? This gun came back. They put a secret mission
in a different place
inside
or
of Destiny 2.
different place though.
So there are public events that spawn in.
I remember.
On IO, there's a Taken one that can happen in the Lost Oasis. I think it's the name of the area. Now, normally this area has a lot of Cabal-themed public events, so it's rarer to get the Taken one. When it does appear, certain fire teams were noticing that
Is that the one with the bubbles?
Yep.
Yeah, I know that one.
Certain fire teams were noticing big Taken bosses were showing up, and they were able to take these bosses down, and a portal appeared.
Oh, wow.
You walk in the portal, it takes you to a lost sector that's in that same area, but you go through the lost sector. There's no boss, but there's a bit of the wall missing. You go through that wall, and you kill a blight on one of the big ball things.
Mm-hmm.
You end up in this entirely new, under-the-ground, Vex-inspired area that immediately starts a 20-minute timer, and then you go through some of the most insane platforming that I've ever done.
Like crazy insane.
In Destiny, let alone Destiny 1 or 2. Very specific, tiny ledges, things that bump you out off the wall, and you're timed. This timer is counting down.
So it's not about killing enemies, though, this time.
Not at first.
Part 1. Part 1 is about getting through this platforming part.
Yeah.
And then if you got through that in an efficient amount of time.
There are 4 rooms. Of
Gauntlets.
Fucking nonstop.
Just hell.
Like you remember the Black Spindle?
Yeah.
Did
you guys get it?
It's like Black Spindle times 4 because there are 4 rooms you need to.
Did you guys get the gun?
We
So
didn't get
the
the gun.
first time we did it, it was mostly us trying to get through the jumping puzzle, learning that.
Just
I would say
figure it
that was
out.
our first try.
Yeah.
We were like getting
Yeah,
through
yeah.
a jumping puzzle, trying to get that down. The second time we made it to the first couple rooms, and then I think we just got stuck there, just like fucking getting hammered by like room 1 and 2. The third time we did it, we got to the final boss. And it ended at
The
like
final
3
room has
3 minutes.
Has 3 bosses. Each boss brings a huge wave of ads. The recommended power level for this mission is 385, which is the current highest light you can get in Destiny 2. Officially, notwithstanding some special events.
Yeah.
So it's tough. It's not impossible to do, but it's tough.
I'd love to try it again tonight if we got time.
I would have fucking lost my shit on that jumping puzzle, dude.
Now, the coolest part about this is the gun that you get. It has the original version of the perk that makes this gun good. So when it was the Black Hammer, you hit 3 precision shots, it would refill your magazine.
Yeah, I
thin air.
remember that. Yeah.
When the Black Spindle came around, it was 3 precision shots would refill your magazine from your reserves. So it got rid of the endlessness of the gun, right? But it would still refill your magazine, which is still pretty effective. This version goes right back to just from thin air. You get ammo back.
That's great.
So if you can nail these shots, it's
So apparently, this mission's hiding one more secret.
There is. I'm going to get to that too.
Oh shit! You know about this already? I just saw
do.
this headline on Forbes, and I'm like, Forbes, what are you doing, man? How are you doing this?
Because
Go
they're
on.
Forbes and they're awesome.
Once you finish this mission,
We
it
love
sits
Forbes.
permanently on your map, and now you can play a heroic version that's light level 400. That Slayer Rage has already soloed, by the way, FYI. When you
He
play
already soloed
he
it?
soloed this, yeah. And we can do it with a fire team of 3.
Whatever.
When you play the heroic version, there's a secret area that you can jump to inside of the
I
secret
can't
area.
believe there's a
where you're
heroic
jumping.
version of this.
T-Rex figured this out. He was the first person to solve this puzzle. As you're jumping through this area, you see oracles flash. Oracles as in from the Vault of Glass oracles. You go through a portal, a Vex portal, and you end up in an area that you can see from the Vault of Glass. And he solved the order of oracles. Like they flashed in a certain order, and then you have to shoot them in a certain order. And this little secret puzzle drops like an exotic ship blueprint.
Oh, wow.
That's still time gated. There are things that need to be done that aren't unlocked yet.
I didn't like the SATs. That's why I hate this shit.
This is the shit that I love, though.
This is
You know
this
this.
is what makes Destiny cool.
You had a wonderful time taking your SATs then, didn't you?
I feel like I did pretty good.
Fucking hated it.
What I got? I got 1210 with the old scoring.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't get that
It's not
high.
like a genius level, but it's not terrible.
No, you're good.
But this shit is awesome, and
This is why Destiny's cool, though.
I'm excited about it because it means that they're investing in secrets. They're investing in people investing in the game because you're going to find things if you spend time. There are things to do. There are things to uncover. The mystery is coming back in a big way, which I think is really, really exciting to see this even right before the fall. Like we were already stoked on the fall's secrets, but to have this just kind of appear right now is pretty dope.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's exciting. Very exciting. It's a cool challenge to do because even though Destiny 2 has been making changes and it's been fun to play, a lot of it still feels like checklisty. I'm going to do this. I've got to get this done. Let's clock in to play Destiny and clock back out. You know, this is like, I don't have to do this, but I can jump in and try whenever I want. And it's going to be really fucking tough, but I'm going to get over it.
Oh, we're fucking
and it's gonna be
getting. We're
great.
fucking getting this. This is happening.
It's a cool.
Yeah,
It's a
that's
cool
what I said
thing to
back
have in
when
the
I
game,
was
and
trying
it's
to
an
get the
important
Black
aspect to have in the
Spindle.
game. These mystery type things.
I never got that fucking Black Spindle, that fucking piece of shit.
Well, you're probably not going to get
Assholes.
this one either unless you jump in and play.
I beat the shipyard though on Uncharted 4.
You did.
I did.
That was
I'm
your
crushing.
rage. Your
I'm
rage to
crushing.
fame.
I found the headphones that I actually like
Oh, I saw you tweet that picture.
threw.
Yeah.
They were way over in that back corner.
Yeah, with a bent
Fucking
ass ear
broken
cup.
and shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know where they went.
So yeah. So what's next on the news, Neo?
Only other things we really got. We can talk about the Culling Twos thing.
The Calling Twos.
The Culling Twos thing.
Tell us the Calling Twos thing.
All right, so this is going to be a quick one because like this is mostly something Locke would probably be more interested to talk about, but he's currently not here. So
He's listening, though.
He's listening. He is listening. So what happened with the culling was it was Culling 2 was released in Steam to minimal fanfare. No one cared about it. Apparently, what happened was they made all these changes to Culling 1. Not for the better. The community was not happy about it,
Right.
and they ended up going, okay, well, they ignored it, and then they released the Culling 2 to no one caring, and people were angry. They're like, you ruined Culling 1 and then released a new game. Like, why would you do this? So the director of the game made a video. He said, hey, look, we're sorry. This isn't what we intended. This isn't what we intended. So we're pulling Culling 2 from the stores. We're refunding everyone who bought it, and we are reverting Culling 1 back to patch 1.0, the one that everyone loved.
Holy shit.
So
Really?
then we're going to work with the community from there to make the game better, and what the community wants. So they want to make the best game possible that they want to make, and the ones that you'll enjoy playing. That's essentially what his video was like. Really like, we're sorry. This is not what we wanted to happen. We didn't. We see now how this all came off.
You know what's funny?
Yeah.
I know we talked about this last week. I'm not going into it, but like that's the same exact behavior as the other company, the ArenaNet company that we talked about.
I think this is very different.
No, it's a different circumstance, but the behavior is doing whatever the fan base of that community wants.
Sure. When your bottom line is involved,
Yeah.
then yes.
Yeah, but I'm just saying the behavior of trying to appease the fan base
Oh yeah,
of the community.
there's nothing new about with companies
That
like
behavior's the same.
companies like doing what they can to not upset their fan base and their
Right.
user base because they don't want that kind of they don't want to lose the customers.
Right.
So-
No, I'm just saying it's just interesting. We had an adverse effect last week. This week we have a positive effect.
So not to bring this up, but do you think people are going to go to the next Guardians of the Galaxy movie?
Yeah, I'm absolutely gonna go.
Well, I am.
You don't even watch the Marvel movies.
Yeah, are you
I do.
fucking what? He's talked about it on the show.
Yo, I remember.
He's not enthusiastic like us.
Oh, okay, all right.
He-
I just
he looks
remember.
at- no.
Sorry that I don't fucking spray cum all over the room when someone mentions.
Stop me if I'm
Marvel.
wrong.
I enjoy
Stop-
seeing the
How
movies.
dare you? You should.
Stop me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But my analysis of your analysis of superhero movies is you watch them as movies, not superhero stuff that with backstories and all that shit. You
They are,
watch
they are
them,
movies to be watched.
You watch them.
Incorrect.
So, are you excited about outside context that helps you understand the, why this movie came
If
about?
I have
Are
to
you a fan
go-
of the greater Marvel
If you-
Cinematic
like
Universe?
I said, you're about ready to say it. If I have to go and look other shit up, I think it's shitty.
I'm absolutely not going to say that.
No.
You're not gonna say that?
If he did say that, that would be very
love to-
hypocritical.
I'd
love to love
express
to
my
say
opinion.
If he did say that, it would be very hypocritical because he fucking loves Destiny lore.
I do.
He
does.
loves it,
I do.
and that's
I know.
fair. And that's
I'm
okay.
saying, I'm not
that's
going to
okay.
say it's shitty. What I'm going to say is that it's cool that it exists, and I love that there are alternate means to expand that universe.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to know about it if it impacts the movie in a huge way.
Then let
Right.
me show
But
you
if-
this TV
if-
series
if-
called Agent Carter.
I know about Agent Carter, and I almost watched Agent Carter. But
I watched it. It
decided
was
that
fine.
I didn't
It was
want
fun.
to spend that much time doing it.
Agent Carter was bad.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was campy. And
Here's the
fun.
thing. Here's the thing. If you make a cinematic universe,
Yeah.
the word cinematic is derived from a movie that indicates film and that
Yeah.
medium, right? If you make a cinematic universe and rely on needing to go outside of that to understand, then it's not the best way to deliver your
How
content.
far outside are you talking?
A comic book or like a web
Like a tie-in
short
book.
Yeah. A comic book to a cinematic universe of a comic book.
What about another TV show,
Now you're pushing it.
like Agents of Shield?
You're demanding a lot of my time to inform the world. Now,
What if it's just supplemental?
yeah,
like
that's-
S.H.I.E.L.D. is?
Then do it up.
But
But
back
if
to
you-
the
but
original.
if you're like, hey, there's this movie and there's this movie, and they go back to back, but all this shit happens that everyone in movie 2 is going to be talking about, and if you didn't see all of these TV shows, all these 20 episodes, you're going to be lost. That's a bad way to write and a bad way to tell a story.
So according to that, season 1 of S.H.I.E.L.D. was just god awful because it required you to understand what happened in The Winter Soldier.
Yes,
In that
terrible
one
writing.
point. Yeah. Okay.
You're gonna alienate people that just want to watch a TV show.
Yeah.
And you're going to alienate people that watch the movies that don't want to or can't spend time watching a TV show.
Yeah.
If you're going to supplement that and demand that people know about
Well,
it, to
that's
understand things.
that's why season 3 and 4 went to writing their own storylines and not, they eschewed the movies and they weren't even screwing around with the movies because
that's
they.
great. That's
No, it's because I think they did a focus group understanding of their demographic for TV and realized that the TV people are not the same people that are watching the movies.
Yeah.
I mean, they are in our case, Neo.
Yeah.
But they're not.
We're like this. The
We're
super nerd
above.
fans.
We're above average
You
nerds.
guys are the exception
Yeah.
and not the rule.
Cool. We were talking about the culling, but whatever.
But I,
This,
but I
this is not
definitely
new to
think
our
Trip
show.
Zero
Yeah,
saw
yeah.
both Guardians 1 and 2, right?
I did.
Yeah.
I'm very curious about what's going to happen with that. We're not even really talking. We're like kind of half talking about it.
Whatever director they hire, it's going to be a good director who just copies and pastes the Marvel template on it. It's still going to be good.
You know, I feel like you are absolutely right.
But there's
You're
teams
so-
of
That's what it is.
everyone thinks that these movies are made by just the director.
It's a
but
money-making
it's
machine,
not.
and they're going to want to keep the money in the machine.
Keep the money in the machine.
What I'm saying is like the lighting team and the art direction team.
Oh, they're all fine.
All those people are still working there.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not like he's going, "Who's coming with me?" and all these people are like, "Okay, we're leaving with James Gunn." Okay, like he's getting canned. That's it. And then
I
they're
know
gonna bring
Drax spoke up for a minute there.
Yeah,
about it.
but like that's because they're friends. I mean, clearly because the director has to talk to the actors mostly.
Yeah. We're half talking about this. We didn't even like establish this conversation.
We're not. It's
fine.
there's
no
nothing, There's
conversation.
nothing to be gained about going into in depth with this.
Yeah. So let's talk about another movie thing. The cool thing that
Let's
happened.
do it.
So
damn, this was awesome.
A week and a half ago, Nathan Fillion.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Pepsi. He just drank that. You're like, God damn, this is awesome.
It's got Michael Jackson on it. He's still a what is it called? A shill for Pepsi?
Even in death.
One of Drake's songs off his new
I
Scorpion
know. I
album
saw it.
Has
Heard it.
a brand new Michael Jackson sample.
Yeah,
That's
they
crazy.
found one.
And they sing a song together.
Do you think he had to pay for that?
I would probably, yeah.
Right. Yeah, he paid
The
to have like a
Jackson
Michael
estate.
You know what they're
Jackson
doing for this
sample.
though? Whoever they have on here, this is the Pepsi logo whenever they were prominent.
Right,
Whenever they
exactly.
were advertising for Pepsi.
There's probably a Britney Spears one
There
too.
is.
Yeah.
And the logo is like the big, like chunky but like slightly angled 90s letters.
Oh.
It's
Comic
pretty
Sans?
cool.
Comic
It's
Sans?
for an ad campaign, it's a pretty cool ad campaign.
It's pretty cool.
Nia, what were you saying? I'm so sorry.
We cut you off again.
It's okay. It's a common thing here. Getting
Yeah,
getting
what the
cut
fuck
off.
else is new?
So speaking of Drake,
Yeah.
see what I did there? So I don't know if you guys knew this because you guys were talking about Drake and we're talking about Nathan Drake and Nathan Fillion. So anyway,
I legitimately didn't even fucking make that connection, even though it just happened.
well,
I
I'm
apologize.
about to connect those
I was
dots
like,
for
what's
you
he talking about?
because a week and a half ago, Nathan Fillion Instagrammed a picture of Drake, the rapper's face, and it said "Sig Magnus Parta" or whatever that Latin phrase is, the one that Nathan Drake says in the game, and people were like, What's he trying to say? He's got a picture of Drake. He's got the theme, the logo, the theme for
What's he
Uncharted.
talking about?
What's he talking about? So that Monday, Nathan Fillion drops the big old steaming hotness, bag of steaming hot. You thought I was gonna say shit, but it's a bag of steaming hotness. He dropped a 15-minute movie that he made and starred in as Nathan Drake himself, Uncharted.
I like to live in context, and I like people to understand my context specifically.
Yeah.
So I think everyone who's watching right now needs to understand that I'm a huge fan of Firefly. And I think Neo is. Did you watch Firefly?
Firefly is one of the best TV shows of all time.
Okay.
It's just so fan. It came out in a time when I was like deep into Cowboy Bebop too.
That's an aggressive statement. I might retract that. It's one of my favorite TV shows.
It's
good,
It's a
right?
great show.
Yeah.
It's a great show.
Breaking Bad is like the best TV show of
It
all
was
time.
full of promise.
Firefly was pretty good.
It died way too young.
It did.
Yeah.
Is pretty much what
It's
the
another
problem with that
Fox
show.
cancellation.
Yeah.
Fucking surprise.
They don't fucking know what they're doing. Over
Oh
there.
no, they canceled.
the
They
years.
canceled my favorite Fox show of all time, Terminator: Sarah Connor Chronicles.
I enjoyed that show.
It was so good.
It was
That
cool.
was your favorite Fox TV show of all time.
still is.
Lena Headey was Sarah Connor.
Yeah, Lena Headey from Game of Thrones was Sarah Connor.
She was cool. it
It's
was cool.
really good, surprisingly. And
I
it's
just of all
They,
time is.
I mean,
is,
Fox canceled Family Guy.
no, I'm not.
Fox
I'm,
canceled Arrested
okay.
Development. Fox canceled
Yeah.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah.
Context is proper, and we need to understand that when I say that, I'm talking about just dramatic shows.
You need to say that. That's
Yeah,
a
I
very
know
specific
because I'm not
understanding.
talking about all the comedy shows that I don't watch that are I heard really good.
The shows that I don't watch. That I heard
So
about.
anyway, Nathan
Fair.
Fillion.
That's a fair point.
That's it.
So
Sorry.
so you guys kind of half watched it.
I was next to somebody watching it,
Okay.
I heard-
Cool.
and I was actively trying not to listen because it sounded really good, and I wanted to watch it. I just never got a chance to.
So a few things that I think they got really well.
You
in
can
this.
spoil it, by the way.
I'm gonna.
No, you can't.
I'm gonna. It's out on the internet. They got the dialogue down. I think Nathan Fillion is hands down the charming,
Nathan Drake
roguish
was
person that's
written-
perfect for
was
him.
written based on his character in Firefly.
I believe that.
I can believe that. I believe it wholeheartedly.
That's
And
a
he's really
fact
good friends with
that I
Nolan
remember
North,
from
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
and,
it's like
and you know what? A funny article that popped up after this dropped. Apparently, Nolan North played Cade 6 in the Forsaken trailer.
Yeah.
So it's so Nathan Drake played Nathan Fillion playing
Yes.
Nathan Drake playing Cade 6.
Yep. That's a fact.
I don't know if my word logic made sense
It
there.
made
but,
sense, yeah.
But it's a fucking web of Nathan Fillion, Nolan North, and the actors they play. I just thought
Well, I mean,
that was good.
Nolan North does everything in video
Everything.
games ever. So
Everything.
but
there's
they've
bound to be crossover.
I was reading in an article that they actually are close.
Sure.
You know, like they talk all the time, and
yeah.
that's kind of what engendered this.
Yeah.
Hashtag bring back Peter Dinklage.
So a few standout things in this whole 15-minute movie. They did everything that the games do. They had a segment, like a fighting segment. They had an exploration segment where he's looking in a room and he's talking in his earpiece to and he's like,
have to see all that.
you know what I mean? Like, and he's like making the connections with the journals, and he's like, oh, this is the ancient blah blah blah
So
blah
cool.
blah, and you know, and like they have those moments, and then there's a moment where he jumps out a window, just like jumps out a window, gets up, and the camera, he finds a gun, so you see him pick up the gun, and the camera like pans around his back. Like oh, here's
Like you're in the game.
here's the shooting segment starting, and it pans in, and you see like him like running into a gunfight.
Oh wow!
And it ends with Stephen Lang playing Sully, and I don't know who the girl was.
Is it Stephen Lang or Scott Lang?
Stephen Lang.
All right.
Yeah, you might know him
Scott Lang's
from
Ant-Man. I'll stop.
Scott Lang is from Ant-Man. That's very good.
He is Ant-Man.
He is Ant-Man.
Lang.
Stephen Lang, you might know him from such movies as Avatar.
Yeah.
That movie where he's the blind killer dude. Remember that movie?
He was like the bad guy in Avatar.
He was the bad guy in Avatar. Yeah.
Oh, the blind killer.
There was a movie like a year or two ago. It was like
No, I didn't see that.
it was called I think it was called Be Quiet. And these kids like broke into this like man's Stephen Lang's house, and he's like blind.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And anyway,
So he's a big gamer. I know
kinda
that.
fucked up.
yeah, it's a really fucked up movie. It's like one of those
He's
scary
actually a big gamer. That guy.
movies. Stephen Lang.
Yeah.
I remember he tried to campaign to play Cable.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, he tried to
That
play
too.
Cable,
Yep.
which was pretty funny. But a lot of people were like, "Oh, this isn't like Sully," and I'm like, "Yeah, well, I think he's a good Sully. I think he's chomping on a cigar the whole time, and he's being like, "All right, kid, you gotta get out of there, kid. It's time to get to South America. That's where the treasure is."
I can't think of anybody else.
that's my Sully
who
impression.
could play.
Is that
it.
good?
That's all you need. Yeah, 100%.
If you close your eyes, would you see? Would you think I'm Sully?
No.
Oh shit. Cool.
If you're gonna ask me a question, you're gonna get an answer.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm just checking.
That's the answer.
Victor Sullivan is based on the archetype that was created by
Victor Sullivan.
the guy from Gone with the Wind. Who's the actor? Clark Gable.
Clark Gable.
Clark. I was Gable.
He's just
I was blanking.
He's the Clark Gable.
I saw him
He's
in
a
my
Clark Gable
mind's eye.
template. That's all he is.
Yeah.
You know, like there's no living actor that could simulate Clark
And
Gable.
Nathan Drake clearly is Nicolas Cage from the hit movie National Treasure.
Stop. No, he's clearly Nathan Fillion. Stop.
No, I know. I'm just playing.
What if it was Nicolas Cage doing this little short film?
That would be
Nicolas- oh my
so
God.
weird.
Anyway, I think that's great, and that was a cool looking movie. And Sony's gonna look at that and go, we got Tom Holland on our movie. It's whatever.
All right.
I'm what?
I have more confidence that they're
Oh,
going to
maybe
see that and fan response and consider it. You
I
don't
think
know
they'll consider it for a moment and go.
you don't know how far along they are in their production,
I still think they're gonna look at Nathan Fillion and go, "You're still too old to play this
and
role."
rewrite the script to have him play an old Nathan Drake. Why not?
Yeah, I can.
It would be great.
Yeah.
Oh, did his chick show up? I can't even remember. her name.
Elena did show up.
So who was playing her?
I don't know who the woman was.
Was it the actress who plays?
No,
Elena?
it was not Emily Rose, which I believe is the name of the
Emily
actress.
Rose,
No, it was someone else. It was someone else. So yeah, that's about what I got for news. Was there anything?
There is actually a pretty big thing coming up this week.
What is it? Oh, is it the No Man's Sky update?
No Man's Sky
Next. Oh my god, this is the game it should have
Tell
been.
me about this,
This
guys.
looks pretty fucking sick.
All right,
Felix, I'm gonna
let's bring it
play.
We probably don't have time for it, but
I'm gonna play the trailer for you, just in silence in the background, just so you can take a look at this. No Man's Sky Next. This update is a free update for everyone.
who already bought No Man's Sky?
Yes, exactly. So if you have No Man's Sky, you will have access to this. They are rebooting the universe. So if you've discovered things,
Is it not going to be like
sorry, you're
a
gonna be able to find them
procedural?
again. No, it is
Same game,
It is
same
still-
stuff, same
game.
base. Yeah.
They've beautified the world.
So graphic overhaul,
Graphic overhaul, multiplayer,
third person camera.
third person camera. I think you can play up with up to 4 people. Base building, you can build an entire
Oh, they're swimming.
Yeah. Well, you could swim in the other game.
Oh, you could have.
but you never saw your character.
It was all first person.
Oh, the game wasn't in third person.
Correct.
I was watching King of Thalion. He's like, I'm gonna make a fucking city planet like Coruscant.
Yeah.
Can you imagine just
How long that
base
would
building
take?
like an entire planet? But the game looks gorgeous. It looks like there's a lot more going on, a lot more to do.
Do you have this on PC?
I don't. I have it on PS4. So the minute that I saw this trailer, I went to Steam and I was like, let me just get this super cheap. It's actually $60 on Steam.
What?
Yeah.
Still.
I had no interest in this game first person, man,
Still.
but I am super excited about this maybe in third person.
Well,
I would play this with you, Felix.
They're essentially introducing the idea that it's space Minecraft, essentially, with some dogfighting, with some.
You can get a fleet together.
You get a fleet. You can command a fleet from a
Emergent
battle
gamer
cruiser.
Fleet. Can you imagine that? So here's my plan for this. I'm going to play this on PS4 because I already own it. It's going to be a $0 investment.
Yeah. I have it on PC, so I'll just reinstall it.
I'm going to play this, and if I like it, I'm going to buy it on PC because we've had this discussion.
Those look
Neo.
like Star Wars
Oh,
things.
Yeah, they're in the original game.
I
actually.
started when I started coming on this podcast. We were talking about No Man's Sky,
I
Yeah.
enjoyed my time.
and I was like fucking angry at
I'm
it
you were
so pissed.
angry, and I couldn't understand how you were angry and why you were angry.
because this is what everyone thought it was going to be,
Exactly. That's.
and now we're in 2018. So
I
like,
feel like you're getting angry all over again. At
no,
this.
I'm fine. I'm
fu-
fine.
Here's what-
Stream. I'm fine.
Here's what I'm saying. I enjoyed my time in 2016 playing this game, so it can only get better. Now, granted, that stops really fucking quickly because it's like the same problem Sea of Thieves had.
Right.
There's not enough to do, and
You're
the
going to
content-
plateau really fast.
Not only that, No Man's
Yeah.
Sky was single player, so you couldn't even have friends together to make up some bullshit to do in space.
Yeah, and just fuck around and build stuff
Oh, so
together.
No Man's Sky next is going to have us in the
Official
world.
multiplayer.
together,
Official.
literally playing
Yeah.
and building side by
It's
side.
kind of
with
like
your friends.
the new Fallout coming out.
Yes.
So kind of. Maybe,
kind-
we don't know. That the game's not out yet.
Except in space.
Space.
No, when does this come out?
This week.
Oh, this week. Good.
Actually, let's find out.
Maybe I'll stream it, you guys.
Do it up, baby.
Twitch.tv/NeoAyoshi.
I didn't know they were going to have
I'll
third
play
person,
around.
man. I had no interest when it was in first
Yeah,
person.
that's huge. And I'm guessing there's going to be some cosmetic stuff going on since now you can see your character.
Yeah, like you can make your character now.
Yeah.
See what they look like.
You'll be able to change up what your suit looks like or whatever.
July 24th. So that is literally in 2 days.
2 days
Tuesday.
from the time you're hearing this recording.
Definitely cannot afford to buy a game, but you recommend I buy it on PlayStation.
Visual overhaul. Unlimited
I
base
recommend
building.
that you buy it on
PC.
Well, why don't you don't wait and don't buy it on anything?
How about you wait for us to call him back and talk about it?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it.
Oh yeah. I am definitely gonna wait. No,
Because
I'm
here's the
saying
thing.
when I buy it.
You last episode,
Mm-hmm.
all of us were talking about getting you on PC.
We did. We
So if
we
you
brought
get
that up.
on PC, this is a PC purchase, 1,000%.
Oh, okay. All right. Something to think about for later.
I'm
know
like
Snacks
I'm
is
like
gonna
ready.
re-download.
I'm ready
Me and Snacks will
for
play.
the time Felix sits down in front of like PC gaming, and then like looks at it, and then goes back to console gaming. And then I just want to
Don't write him off like that.
no. Wait, I'm not writing him off.
I
like
know what
anything.
he's saying.
I'm because I'm saying you're going to be very impressed at the difference between the console and the PC.
I know.
You know
Is
I'm gonna
is
do?
what is
Since
that's
we're,
what I'm going for. That's what I'm going for.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I know what you're saying.
Because like you, I mean,
gonna
you
throw
obviously
this
know the difference between
The chat, if
Destiny
anyone
on
here needs to
PS4 or
see
whatever.
this. Yeah.
and the Destiny on PC.
Yeah.
It's
And look-
a huge difference.
Look, one of the main reasons that I was still playing PS4 Destiny is that my brother plays on PS4, and a couple other people from
Which is fair.
my Destiny life were still playing on PS4. One is still Darius.
Yeah,
Me
yeah.
and him get into real deep lore conversations.
Been
but
in a few
he,
raids
like,
with you guys on
He
him.
just got done building a PC, and like I could easily convince him to get on PC. Right? Snacks the Cat's about to get on PC. He's part of the PS4 plan.
I'm so excited.
My brother, he's an actor. He's on a couple.
An actor!
He's an actor.
Yeah.
He's on a couple projects now. He doesn't even have his PS4, so he's not going to be playing this shit. He's not even going to be playing Forsaken when it launches.
The PS4 you can
And
easily
we
unplug
were
and
just
bring with
chatting,
him. Yeah.
Like today, and he's like, I'm like, you're not even going to really be doing this shit, are you? He's like, no, not really, dude. So if I'm not playing with my brother, who I like really love to play Destiny with, and if he's taking time off, and if we ever get him back, I could just convince him to get a computer and then spend his time playing on PC. That's the last straw. That's the last thing that's preventing
Gaming
me from,
laptop.
from sharing my
Boom.
time.
Problem solved.
Christmas is coming.
Christmas is coming.
And so here's the thing. If I stop investing my time on PS4, maybe they bring over like an account transfer and I have all my shit from
I mean, that would be great. I'm still missing a few things.
there's no rumors. Don't think
Don't.
this is a rumor
This
out
is-
there.
don't
Anyone
report on this,
listening,
Kotaku.
We've got
I know you're listening.
What was
sources.
where'd the rumor come from?
There's
There's
not,
no
it's not a
rumor. There's no rumor. It's not a rumor.
Not a thing. Not a thing.
Oh, an
but
account.
how cool would it be?
How cool would it be?
How cool would it be?
I would just see The collector part of it is the other reason. So playing with my brother, collecting. I had everything on there from
You want to talk about collecting?
from September
Yeah.
of this year. But also, dude, you know what doesn't exist on PC?
What?
What's the term for this? Like the dialogue options that exist when you've been through a game's content. Like when I started playing Destiny 2 in September, like the vendors in the tower are like, "Oh, remember when you took down orcs? Yeah, that guy sucked." That doesn't exist on PC because there's no like history.
Oh, it didn't pull your character
got
history.
imported for Destiny 2, so it's like,
yeah.
oh, he took down, Crota, took down Oryx.
Dude, that was a cool moment when you made
Prison
your
of
Destiny
Elders.
2 character.
It was incredible.
When they were like, remember when you beat this guy with your two friends? And I was like, yeah, I do. I remember when
Yeah.
those two guys.
Yeah, it was fucking
Yeah,
incredible.
it was cool.
So,
Right at the beginning of Destiny.
Yeah,
it's a subtle thing, but it's a thing that makes the world more alive a little bit.
Yep.
The fact that you've invested time and the character is recognizing you for that time investment.
That's why I made my hunter on PC look exactly like my hunter on PS4.
When I started PC, I made a whole new Awoken Hunter, and then I
I
literally
hate my I hate my Titan
I
right now.
trashed that character,
Yeah.
and I made a new Hunter. That's the one that I have.
'Cause
now
you
that
wanted it to
matches
look- you
my-
wanted- yeah.
exactly like the
Yeah,
PS4
yeah,
one.
yeah.
I'm gonna make a Warlock. It looks just like my Warlock one on PS4.
I hate my Titan because I didn't make him look like my PS4 version. I'm very upset about that.
Trash it.
He's already 30.
You got all the gear though. All you have to do is get a new Titan to level 30, and then just all the gear is there.
Oh, you're right. Just move it all to the vault. Just
Exactly.
vault it all and
Vault
then.
it all.
I know this.
Yeah, if you have time and if you're a sick man.
All right.
I don't
All right.
know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Fucking done, you know.
Dude, I'm trying to grind from the base up in a completely new online MMORPG right now.
In Elder Scrolls.
Elder Scrolls Online, baby.
Yeah.
You'll be with us in Destiny soon enough. We'll get you on that PC. And you know what? There's going to be so much shit to do in September that you won't even have to feel obligated to play like all the content. You can pick and choose what you find fun.
That's not how I play.
Well,
I don't
so that's
like
a
finding
that's-
fun things.
that's a-
Something
that's a
broken
personal
in my
problem.
soul,
That's
yes.
a problem that you've got to figure out.
My soul wants to complete everything that he plays, and he gets frustrated when he doesn't play
You're
things.
why they love developing these games, because they know they're going to launch something. And
Yeah, I was talking about that actually in one of my streams. I was saying, I was trying to get the trophies in Ghost Recon, and this one trophy broke on me, and I had to figure out a way to like trick it up. And I was trying to make the argument, and I probably failed, but I was trying to say on my stream, like, wouldn't they build this game like? They're taking the time to lay all this shit out in all these little nooks and crannies all over the map, right? Right? So they put it all over the map, and they took the time to do that. So since they did that, wouldn't they like put their QA people on making sure the trophies all pop effectively? Like, or what?
Here's the thing. They do, but there's so much to QA, regardless of what software thing you're putting out. You can't catch everything.
No, I get that, and it would make sense if the trophy I specifically didn't get to pop was the only one, but it literally was like 15 or to 20 of their trophies in this game are being complained about not popping
By multiple people.
by legions of people online who are pissed that the Ghost Recon trophies are not popping.
So I bet there was like some item or some event in the game that they never accounted for that everyone or a vast majority of people ended up completing that then blocked that logic in some way.
So you want to know the result of all
Tell
this?
me the result of all
and
this.
this is amazing. So what I discovered through this process is they did kind of get everyone's back. They made it so that you can pop trophies across save files. And I don't think I've ever played a game that does it that way.
Yeah, elaborate a little bit on what you mean.
If you go in and do a full save file, and the trophy that you're trying to pop is I was trying to get these things called legends, which are just lore aspects to the game, and you get 47 in one in the map, right? So if you go through and let's say one of the trophies that trophy doesn't pop because one of the 47 didn't like get accounted for.
Yeah.
You can start a new save file and just go through one at a time and collect all the legends. And if you get the legend that you missed in that other save file, it'll pop your trophy.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So in one aspect, so all these people are online bitching about this, but so I'm kind of like shitting on my original point, which was like why wouldn't they take the time? But they did. They kind of did. They made it so the people.
There was a workaround, essentially.
Right, the workaround, and I don't even know if it's a workaround. It might be intended in their design. Like they wanted people to be able to do it, so they said, well, if your shit breaks, just go into another save file and you can pop it there.
There's got to be other examples of that.
I've never seen it in another game.
Like save files that can be. I'm pretty sure when I used to be a treasure hunter myself, somewhat of a
treasure
hunter, trophy hunter myself.
I have kind of an example. I think this is kind of what you're talking about. When I played Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3, the HD collection.
Yeah. Okay, that's
when I would play on the Vita, it would pop trophies for the PS3 version.
Yeah,
and vice versa.
And it would sync.
So I would essentially get double trophies.
No, but in a different
when it's synced together. So it gave me a trophy on the other platform, even though I played it on the Vita in that moment, and the next day I played it on the PS3. I got trophies for both content.
No, but you would think that in a save file, like the trophies, in other words, I guess the point I'm making, the trophy is account-based, which we all know trophies are account-based. So I guess it might not even be a Ghost Recon thing. It might be an Xbox thing.
You just how achievements or trophies work. If you're playing a game and you, like Felix Hergood, the account, does the thing and it gets the trophy, you just have the
your
trophy
account
unlocked.
is making progress.
Right, your
you
account
won't
is
lose
making
that
progress.
achievement because you get onto a new save or an earlier save.
Right, so you just start up another save file, because that's what I did. The way that I was able to pop the legend trophy was I did 3 legends in this other save file.
Yeah.
And it popped like that, and I was like, "Great."
Cool.
Speaking of other bugs, did you guys see this week? Remember Aliens: Colonial Marines?
No.
No.
Did you guys see this? That came back
from like 1997.
No, the 2013 one, the one made by Gearbox.
They remade it again.
You're not familiar with this game?
I'm aware. No.
Gearbox and Fox Interactive made Aliens: Colonial Marines in 2013, a
Never heard of
first-person
this.
shooter. Are you serious?
I knew
It was-
of the one back in 1997.
Okay, yeah, I know that one
Remember
exists.
that one? The old one?
Yeah, I remember that. They were remaking it and
It
to
was
make
like
it
on
look like the movie.
PC, right?
Yeah. Hang on, give me a second. Let me just tell you
He's gonna
the
tell
brief
us.
history.
Just say zip it, Felix.
Zip it, Felix. Gearbox, the makers of Borderlands, made this game.
Yeah.
So this was before Borderlands 2 came out, and what apparently happened was they got the license from Fox Interactive or whoever owns the IP, and they gave them a whole bunch of money to make this game, and then Gearbox outsourced it for less money, and then put all these funds into Borderlands 2. That's apparently what happened. And then this was one of the first examples of a game in marketing showing a really crazy, awesome experience and then releasing and not being the same product at all.
Oh.
Because what happened was the alien AI was all weird. You can see videos of this online of like the aliens would walk in and they would kind of walk on their hind legs going like across the room. Just like that. I'm not even kidding. I'm not exaggerating. So someone in the code went into the code this week and saw a word was misspelled, and they fixed it. It was the word tether. There was like an extra A in there or something, and he removed it. And then all of a sudden, the aliens behaved like aggressive aliens, like they should have.
Are you serious? It changed the entire logic.
It fixed the whole AI. It was probably still not amazing AI, but they performed like enemies should in the game. This is a game that came out in 2013 and flopped hard because of how awful it was. Yeah,
because of this essentially.
Well, it was more than that. Graphical downgrade was huge, and it was pretty much essentially they lied about a lot of the marketing.
They lied.
Yeah,
like a No Man's Sky, maybe.
It said that Randy Pitchfork.
They told
that's what we call it.
They told a bunch of not truths.
They pulled a bunch of not truths. Yeah, that was a huge deal. That was a whole big like scandal for a while. A little bit.
Wild.
And apparently in 2018, and the weird thing is like, how did no one in QA, this is a QA thing, how did no one go, hey guys, the aliens are acting a little stupid right now. What's going on? Should we check with the programmers?
Maybe it happened after they play tested. Maybe it was like a printing issue.
Maybe
and
they copy and paste an old part of the code or something into the gold
Usually
master.
it's a lot of teams feeding into one
right.
build for something.
They also could have just put out piece of shit on purpose.
Why would what would you have to gain from that?
Just make some quick money. I don't know.
By dragging a company's name through the mud?
I would love to.
That's weird.
It's a pump and dump scheme by developing an entire video game.
That's a weird strategy for a company
and dump.
Yeah.
They're probably out there.
Anyway, I thought that was interesting.
No, they are. They were on
There
Steam Greenlight.
There are
actually.
games
That's where
that
they
like
were.
fucking.
That's where they were.
Where they try and do that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a little piece of history for you. A little video game history.
Well, to cap off that No Man's Sky very, very roundabout discussion, here is the list of things, some of the things that they showed in the trailer, just so we can get a list, a hard list to what to expect in 2 days if you decide to hop back in. Multiplayer. Team up a small team of friends and explore the universe together, or be joined by random travelers. You can help friends to stay alive or prey on others to survive.
I wonder if there's like a party system.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
Tiny shelters or complex colonies that you build as a team or are shared for all players.
That sounds cool. That's like Minecraft cool.
Yeah. Fight as a pirate or a wingman in epic space battles with friends and enemies. Race exocraft across weird alien terrains, creating racetracks and trails to share online.
Wow.
That's a cool little aspect.
Wow.
Character customization allows you to personalize your appearance.
Okay, so there's customization.
There you go.
Visual overhaul. The game is fully playable in third or first person, both on foot and in ship.
Yeah, third person. That's gonna bring me into it, dude.
Planetary rings and improved space visuals make space more beautiful than ever. Dramatically improved planetary terrain generation, ground textures, water, and clouds bring the environment to life. Significantly more detail added to ships, NPCs, and buildings.
I mean, I need to see it before and after here.
Unlimited base building. Bases can now be built anywhere on the planet. Dramatically increased base building complexity and size limits.
Wait, question. I'm going to pause you right there.
Yeah.
How do you think, let's pretend you built a structure across the planet. Mm-hmm. Are these land masses, these planets, are they actually spherical?
Yeah.
So
you could walk it, pick a direction, and get back to that.
Could I build a
direction.
bridge that's just goes all the way around the?
I think that's the first experiment to try. Build like a room. Build a series of rooms that circle the whole planet.
Just go around the whole planet. Just a little. That's just a little.
Well, don't you have to
food for thought there?
Don't you have to harvest materials?
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
The
But
material
there's
discussion
there's a mode in the game that's there's 3 modes. There's like survival, normal mode, and creative mode.
In creative
you don't
modes
start
like
with-
Minecraft, you could just
you don't have unlimited just shit.
In creative mode, probably you have unlimited
For-
shit.
We don't know that's going to exist in No Man's Sky.
There is. It's already there.
You can just have whatever.
There's a normal mode, there's a survival mode, and then there's a creative mode.
Shit.
Yeah.
And survival
they just,
mode
like,
is where you definitely need resources and stuff.
correct.
Okay, so
that's like you die and the game deletes itself
Oh,
type thing. Like
Jesus.
you're dead. Yeah.
it's heavy.
So I didn't know that they had the extent of things, but
Yeah.
I can't imagine you'd have the ability to just have an endless planet, but also have people like
We're gonna find out.
like.
All right,
fuck
you know
with
what?
your planet or interact with your planet, because then why wouldn't anyone just play with everything?
Right. I would say I'd install it tonight, but I really don't care enough to do that. I would rather play Destiny. But yeah.
And the last section is talking about command freighters.
Which
Assemble
this
and
isn't something
upgrade-
I've tried yet. Yeah.
This is new. Assemble and upgrade a fleet of frigates and command them from the bridge of your freighter. Send your fleet out into the universe or deploy them to help you as you explore a specific system. Improved freighter base building allows a fully customizable capital ship. Invite your friends aboard and take on challenging multiplayer missions from the Galactic Commission Station on your bridge. So missions are new. That's a new thing, really.
So sending them out into the universe is more of a macro like game mechanic where you just see the results of them coming back.
Yeah, they'll probably tell you like there's like materials on these planets, and you'll be like, okay, now I don't have to waste
We
my
don't know
time.
one way or the other, but it sounds like that kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of like the macro mechanics in Assassin's Creed for managing your,
Like
When
your
you
little,
send out
ship
your-
cycles and stuff.
manage your assassins.
Yeah.
He went on an assassination mission. He killed the guy successfully.
Right.
Good.
Very cool.
Well,
That's the show.
That's about it, guys.
We did it.
Good chill week.
High fives all around, people.
Don't
Yeah. Go
we
team.
do that again.
So do you want me to tell them where they can find me?
Tell them whatever you want. You got a mic in front of you, man.
It's
Rip it.
Twitch.tv/Felix Hergood and Mixer.com/Felix Hergood. You can find me and watch
Find
me.
him. Find him and watch him.
And my set stream schedule is Wednesday, Thursday mornings. I mostly do a morning show, so any morning that I have time to stream, I will stream. But you're guaranteed to see me on Wednesday and Thursday mornings. I do that every week.
Nice.
But like for instance, tomorrow, Monday morning, I'm doing it.
He's doing it.
Fantastic.
Find
so.
him. I am Trip Zero. All of my socials are /Trip0TV. Guys, I set up my second computer. I got my old Mac Pro to Windows 10,
Fuck
and I'm
yeah.
wiring
So
it.
wait, my trick worked.
It did. Updating from Windows 7 got me to 10. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's what it does. Yeah.
I'm just tweaking. I'm finalizing. I've had to do a weird workaround using OBS on my gaming computer to send over my signal.
You got it on SSD?
No. Gotcha. That's the one improvement I could make, but I want to at least get it up and running first. Cool. But I built this rig with 2 computers to be able to play Destiny on computer and not fuck with my stream essentially, because I can't play with good quality and have the stream.
I'm running into that
stable.
issue, and you noticed that issue when we were streaming. I was streaming the other night. There's a capture issue with Destiny. They block local capture.
Yep.
And it's really fucking with my quality.
Yeah. So we can get more into the after show if you guys are sticking around.
Oh, yeah,
we'll talk about the streaming, but you are.
Sorry, I'm at NeoYoshi at Neo_Yoshi on Twitter and NeoYoshi on Twitch.
Cool. Everyone who's listening, downloading, watching, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
We are the Emergent Gamer Podcast. We will see you next week.
See ya.
Bye.
I'll bring it in. You can start. Talk about your Oculus.
Cool.
Me and Felix will have a chair discussion for 20 minutes because that'll be my 10 and his 10.
20 minutes on chair.
If I don't want to hit that because we're stretching to hit it, but that's going to be the allotted time. I have a feeling it's going to get to that point.
20 minutes of chair talk.
You make it sound like it's not a discussion people want to know information about.
That sounds like the most boring 20 minutes ever.
If we had a bigger reach than we have now, right?
Yeah.
I mean, even now we get some responses, but if we had a bigger reach and we threw out a question saying, hey, what are you looking for when you want to buy a new chair to game in?
What's your ass currently hugging?
I feel like everyone is going to have a different opinion and want to know more about other people's opinions.
I'll throw in my two chair cents.
I want to hear about your fucking chair.
Yeah.